So let's talk about the cloud, what it is and why do we need it. Now, in order to fully understand the motivation for the cloud, let's first discuss what was here before the cloud. And before the cloud, if you needed a server, you had to first buy it, then install it, the operating system and all the software that you needed. Then you had to maintain it yourself. Of course, when it became old, you had to replace it. And in general, you had to have your own IT team. And that means that you often ended up with something that looks like this. And for all of you who really had the great experience of having this in your server room, then you definitely know this is not a great place to be in. Now, in addition to servers, the same goes also with networking, databases, user management, and more. All these had to be taken care of by yourself or your IT team. But there is more. Let's imagine that you had an electric shop. You sold there electric appliances such as washing machines, TVs, and so on. Now, naturally, you had a website. And at the beginning, you decided that this website should be installed on 2 servers. And now, let's see what happened. On January, the website began operating, and you saw that the CPU was on 60%, which is fine. 60% is a well-utilized CPU, and there is no reason to worry. And so it went on through all the year until we reached November. And what happens in November? Of course, in November, we have Black Friday. And that means that your shop and your website looks like this. A huge amount of excited buyers flock into the shop and your website and want to take advantage of the great sales you offer. Now, the result of this is that the CPU utilization jumped from 60% to 120%. Now, of course, there is not really 120% CPU. What really happened is that the website crashed and burned. So, in the most important shopping day in the year, your website simply went down. So, in the old days, before the cloud, what did we do? Well, after this incident, you set up a meeting and you called the IT team and you thought what should be done. And the decision that was made was to increase the number of servers on the website from 2 to 4. And then what happens is that on January, we are standing on 20% utilization of the CPU, which is admittedly quite low. And it goes like this throughout the year, again, until we reach November. And again, we have Black Friday, only this time the CPU utilization stands at 90%. Now, 90% is quite good. We see that the servers are working, but none of them is crashing and the website holds up. But let's take a look at the following chart. What we see here is the CPU utilization over time. And the chart goes like this. So we see that most of the year, the CPU utilization is extremely low. Only on a single month in the year, on November, we have a high utilization. But what we actually bought was this. The 4 servers that we bought are working 365 days a year. That means that all this is wasted money. We bought a lot of compute power, but we use it only on a single month of the year. And that's a problem. And this is the exact problem the cloud tries to solve.